The CHU of Sherbrooke is actually the fourth largest research center in the province of Quebec. It includes 220 researchers and has 6 research axes. One of them is the one on diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular complications that I lead. The CHU of Sherbrooke is quite unique because it has developed throughout its history directly at the center of the academic hospital of the Faculty of Medicine of University of Sherbrooke. So it's really closely knit with the healthcare system on the one hand and also the academic system and university on the other. So it's all on the same campus. So we're really lucky to have facilities that are at the top level worldwide in molecular imaging. Everybody knows that there is a link between lifestyle, the food we eat or some food we eat, and the development of diabetes. Everybody knows that. What we don't know are actually the mechanisms. We still don't understand how, for example, fatty foods are linked to the development of diabetes and its other complications. We don't know the intricate mechanisms. We're experts in endocrine disorders associated with diabetes and its complication. And we're also investigating how fat tissues, white and brown, are associated with the development of type 2 diabetes and its complications like cardiac complications. We're developing new tools directly applicable in humans to investigate these intricate links between how fat tissues handle the fat that we eat and organ complications.
I have a translational research program with studies in humans as well as studies with animal model and cellular culture. For my clinical research program, I have studies in infertility in both men and women, looking at the role of obesity, and also I'm collaborating to studies in gestational diabetes. We know that pre-conception obesity as well as increased gestational weight gain in pregnant women is associated with complication during the pregnancy as well for the newborn. And also we know that there is epigenetic modification and programming of the fetus that can cause long-term complication such as obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular complication in the offspring later during their life.
My work is mainly on developing interventions, but also studying their effect, their metabolic effects. But also one of the main focus of my team is to do health services researchers. We are trying to develop, implement, and study the effect of new models of care that combine the whole care continuum from the community health centers to primary care, specialized services like those that we provide here at the Sherbrooke University Hospital. One of our interests is to really bind together evidence-based medicine, but also something that can be applied in the healthcare system. And in the area of cardiometabolic chronic disease, we know that some risk factors are also targets for intervention, like diet and physical activity and smoking cessation, for example. The test that we saw today is osteodensitometry. When we do develop some interventions to help people with obesity, then we can better study the effects of the intervention on their body composition, because as we know, it's not only the weight on the scale, but mostly where the fat is located that is linked to cardiovascular risk factors.
My work is basically focusing on vascular complication of diabetes. We know that those complications are really detrimental for the diabetic population. So we're trying to identify new mechanisms, new targets, eventually new drug to the market to prevent or stop the complication of diabetes. Those particular vascular complication, which is basically affecting the eye, the kidney, peripheral limb, and also the heart. So my laboratory is mainly focusing on finding new mechanisms for preventing and also stopping, even reversing vascular complication of diabetes. So the new mechanism that we're focusing on is basically looking at the targets that are affecting the protecting factors that are reduced or even blocked in vascular complication of diabetes. We have really a new exciting protein that we're looking at. It's called a CHP1. This protein is really exciting because it targets multiple protecting factors. So because that protein is increased and targets those multiple protecting factors, make that protein very exciting and attractive as a potential target for vascular complication of diabetes. When we're using some animal models that really decrease or even remove that protein specifically in some cells, we can prevent, obviously that's great, preventing complication, but we have some evidence that if we decrease or remove that protein, we can reverse kidney complication induced by diabetes. So that's very exciting.
We have developed this facility together with the research facility. So we have healthcare facilities together with research facilities working hand in hand for the benefit of the population.